This video is pure self-indulgence. While I was writing up the games we're excited for in 2023 video for this channel, I started with games I'm personally looking forward to before looking any up. Before long, I realized that I'd just written a list of horror games, so I decided to spin my unhealthy obsession with ghouls and creatures into its own separate video. So whilst we're getting new horror movies across the board, including a new Scream, Evil Dead, an Exorcist reboot, and an adaptation of Knock at the Cabin, here is PC gaming in 2023 for horror games. First off, I wanted to talk about how many great remakes and ports look to be on the horizon for PC gaming horror fans. From ports of previously PlayStation exclusive games like The Last of Us Part 1, hopefully followed by Part 2, and time-looping shooter Returnal, to remakes of classic horror fare including Ken Levine's original System Shock, X We Only, Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, and titans of not just horror, but the entire gaming medium, like Resident Evil 4 and Dead Space, including all of the gameplay improvements and mechanics added in Dead Space 2, and even, unbelievably still, a remake of Silent Hill 2. And whilst fans seem mixed on if Bloober Team were the people to handle this, it's still so exciting.
But it's all over now.
On a similar note, there are plenty of horror series getting brand new entries, starting with a fourth entry in the Amnesia series that looks to shake things up in interesting ways. The third and seemingly final Layers of Fear game, Layers of Fears, Alan Wake 2 that fans of both the original and Remedy's Control should be very excited about, an all-new Outlast title featuring multiplayer in the Outlast trials, Dead Island 2 which actually exists and is actually coming out, and Sons of the Forest, a direct sequel to one of the best survival games you can play right now. All of these, as well as an all-new Alone in the Dark game called Alone in the Dark. How many games called just Alone in the Dark are there now? And most excitingly to me, not one, not two, but three all-new Silent Hill games, all taking a different approach. Silent Hill F, based in 1960s Japan. We don't know quite what this game will be, but the setting alone sets it apart, as well as some crazy visuals. Silent Hill Ascension, which claims to be an interactive video streaming experience. What that entails has yet to be seen, but I'm imagining something along the lines of Hidden Agenda for the PS4. Finally, Silent Hill Townfall is the most exciting one of all, rumored to be just the first in an anthology of Annapurna-produced Silent Hill games from a variety of devs. This game comes from No Code, developers of Stories Untold and Observation, which are both excellent PC games. In this third and final section of the video, I wanted to go over games adapted from films, and then just a few of the original horror games coming out this year. As much as I'd love to include everything that's releasing, there's neither the time nor the foreknowledge to do so. But keep an eye on publishers like DreadXP and groups like Haunted PSX to stay up to date with the best in indie horror. As for those adaptations, both the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Killer Clowns from Outer Space are getting their own asymmetrical horror experiences. Am I weird for being more excited about the Killer Clowns game than I am for Texas Chainsaw? I mean, just listen to the Killer Clowns theme. Okay, that's enough of that. It's not all IP and sequels. Indie hit World of Horror is finally getting a full 1.0 release early in the year, and I could not be more excited. On top of that, the long-lost, presumed cancelled sci-fi horror Routine reappeared last year and looks awesome. Kickstarter-backed Ghosts also proves once again that FMV games are alive and well. And the game design wizards at Arcane are weaving a co-op vampire game, Redfall, to sink your teeth into in, I'd hazard a guess, October this year. And I feel like I'm not even scratching the surface of all the great horror games coming out this year, but all of these are more than a good start. It looks to be a great year for genre fans. And if I've missed any you think are going to be must-plays this year, please tell me down below. And whilst you're there, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.